The Dental Practice Fixers podcast is brought to you by the Maddow Center for Dental Practice Success. To find out how we can help increase the success of your practice, check out maddow.com or call us at 1-800-258-0060.
I've been searching so long to find an answer. Now I know my life has meaning.
Welcome to the Dental Practice Fixers. I am Dr. David Maddow, and this is Season 2, Episode 3, and we are so happy to have you as a listener, as a friend, and we really appreciate you. By the way, if you love hearing what you're hearing so far in the Dental Practice Fixers, whether it's Season 1, Season 2, whatever you're loving or liking, we'd really appreciate it if you just go into iTunes for a couple seconds and give us a review, an honest review. If you hate it, tell us, but it's pretty rare that somebody would ever say that. See, I can't even speak today. Or give us a 4-star, 5-star, 6-star, 10-star, whatever you want to. 5 stars the highest, I'm pretty sure. So if you want to give us that, we would really appreciate it. And really, all kidding aside, a review from you, which would really take 60 seconds or so, means a lot to us. And it really does help our rating and ranking in iTunes. So if you get a chance, go in iTunes, the Dental Practice Fixers. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my colleague, brother, partner, you know it.
Co-host?
Hello, co-host, Dr. Richard Maddow.
Hey, everybody out there in podcast land. We hope you're enjoying Season 2 of the Dental Practice Fixers. And also, should you not have been given the opportunity to listen to Season 1, go give it a binge listen. A binge listen. You know, people binge watch on Netflix and Amazon and what else? Showtime, Hulu, FX. There's so many TV networks out there these days.
I don't even know what half those are.
I know,
I really don't. I know, right?
I know, right? They're on what's Facebook now is streaming TV shows.
No, are you serious about that?
I just heard about that.
I had no idea.
So everybody's got them, and people binge watch. So why not binge listen to the Dental Practice Fixers podcast?
Yeah, I'll tell you, the funny thing is, Rich, we've had a lot of people that tell us that they, in order to get caught up with all the episodes, they just binge listened for like a long time, and they loved it, and they thanked us.
Someone messaged me last week and said they pulled an all-nighter listening to Season 1.
No way.
Yeah, I kind of felt sorry for them now. You know, it's funny, my definition of an all-nighter has changed now that I'm 60 years old. It used to be like in my college days, either you stayed up all night studying or you stayed up all night partying. I would call that an all-nighter. These days, if I wake up in the morning and didn't have to get up a single time to urinate during the night, I call that an all-nighter.
I love it.
So proud of myself.
That is great. I'm going to use that somewhere.
Please do. You can. It's not patented, trademarked, copyrighted, anything like that. So hopefully I'll be pulling an all-nighter tonight. The new style all-nighter.
I'll tell you, let us know.
Okay.
Let us know in episode 4, please. We want to know. It's like, what do you call it? Like the cliffhanger? Like, just we want to know.
Right.
We'll wait till next time to find out.
Is this maybe in the TMI category?
I think so.
3 Mile Island?
Yeah, I think it is.
Excellent. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get started with a fantastic question from a listener to the Dental Practice Fixers podcast. It's Dr. Bill Ross. And here's his question. It says, does anyone have any ideas about a non-traditional place to look for a dental assistant? We've been shorthanded about 4 months. We've had 3 offers essentially accepted, but when the DA told their current employer they were leaving, they got a sweeter offer and ended up staying.
That sucks.
That's not nice.
That sucks.
Do you ever feel like they were kind of using you to get a counter offer?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
Can't stand that.
He proceeds to say, haven't tried the classifieds of our local paper, as that just seems to attract hundreds of non-qualified people. We have our staff looking, our dental supply rep looking. We've advertised on Facebook and on a local dental auxiliary site on Facebook. Oh, I think I know what that one is. But have not had much success. Any other ideas short of me standing out on the curb with a sandwich board and twirling a sign?
Is that really in the question?
Yes.
That is hilarious. I say do it.
I mean, do you do the sandwich board and the sign twirl at the same time? I thought they were two different arts.
2 different arts. I don't know whether people can do both at one time.
If someone could do a sandwich board and twirl at the same time, I'd hire them.
Very employable.
Absolutely. At least they can, they can multitask.
Well, how about if you just drive around and looking for somebody doing the twirling or the sand, and just say, would you like to become a dental assistant?
Say, can you take x-rays?
Yeah.
But what do you think, Dave? Where's Dr. Bill Ross going to find his next?
First of all, I was
assistant?
listening to the question. Do people still have? Do they classified ads in the newspaper? Like I haven't read a newspaper in a long time. You're more of a newspaper guy than I am. But do they still have like actual classified ads?
Yes, it's a
like
great
Help
question.
Wanted,
I will have to admit, I still subscribe to the print edition of the Baltimore Sun papers.
Loser.
It used to be a great newspaper in its day. Now it's like 3 pages long. One of the reasons I do it is for the daily crossword puzzle. What can I say?
I thought you were going to say something else. I hate to say.
Nope.
I thought you were going to say for the obits.
Obits. Well, I definitely look at the obits, especially the people that get the big articles.
The big
I
articles.
was wondering how you get a big article. Like, can anybody get the big? They usually seem to be really accomplished people that get the big articles.
Is it a pay-to-play thing for the big articles, do you think?
I wonder.
I think the newspapers are in it to make money, don't you think?
Well, of course,
pay
they're
to
to make
play.
money. Paying to get an obit, that's very distasteful.
Oh, you want like a big article on like Eleanor Rigby? Yeah, you pay us a lot of money, we'll put her in there.
Well, Eleanor Rigby got no notice when she died, from what I remember.
That's what I mean. So,
but I do. I don't know if it's a sickness. I do
don't.
enjoy the obit articles, but I also look at the classified ads because when I was a kid, I was somewhat fascinated by the classified ads. I used to read them, especially the for sale classified
I thought you
ads.
liked the ads in the sports section, didn't you?
I don't know what you mean.
Okay, they had all kind of sports.
Oh, I remember the sports section from Rayco Automotive. Every day there was like one of those little
Yeah,
1-inch box ads. It said, "If we say we'll fix it, we'll fix it." Rayco Automotive,
And you know
Glen
the funny
Burnie,
thing
Maryland.
is, how many years later you're talking about this? 40 years later or so, that ad impacted you.
Wow, it impacted my wisdom tooth. Would that be a good slogan for a dental office? If we say we'll fix it, we'll fix it.
Did you think Rayco had that patented? It's been many decades now. I think you can steal it. If we say we'll fix it, if we say how about for dental practice fixers? If we say we'll fix it, we'll fix it.
If we say we'll crown it, we'll crown it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go, Rich.
Where were we going here? The classified
know.
ads of the newspaper. I don't think the help
wouldn't
wanted
use them.
section is very
Would
robust
not
these
use them.
days.
No,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
don't think
use them
so
at
either.
all. I think the writer was right. He said you don't really attract the right people for that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the question again. Dr. Ross said, haven't tried the classifieds of our local paper.
have not
That
tried.
seems to attract hundreds of non-qualified people.
How does he know they're non-qualified?
I was thinking the same thing. So what do you think? You're in need of a dental assistant. You've tried the traditional channels. You're trying to network with your dental supply rep. You're making offers, and then people are using those as leverage. That's unbelievable.
Exactly. Well, I'll tell you one thing I did, Rich, back in the day when I had that growing practice, and we were really successful with this one because, of course, I did a lot of my business in the same community where my dental practice was. Even though I lived maybe 20 minutes away, I tried to do everything, like going to the restaurant, the dry cleaners, the banking, which, by the way, you should be doing too. When I say you, I mean you're listening to this. Make it a point to be doing all your business, and same with your team members all around your community. But what I did, I started meeting and knowing very well the waitresses, the bank tellers, the people that worked in a lot of the service industries, and I knew them really well. And occasionally what would happen is if we needed an opening, I would say, hey, sue the waitress over the diner.
Why did you sue the waitress? What'd she do to you?
I like that. Susan, the waitress at the diner. I just remember
She spilled hot tea on me. I just sue her.
Sue
I'm
the
so
waitress.
sorry.
Sue that waitress.
Kill the DJ, sue the waitress.
She's very personable, and she would be great in the dental office. And Rich, I did this more than once, and sure, she knew nothing about dentistry whatsoever. But something, how difficult is it to really train a great people person to take some? Well, they've got to be, of course, qualified to take radiographs, but to do chairside assisting or to even work at the front desk. I used to always hire for personality, but not only personality, somebody that truly had a great positive outlook on life and was a positive person and the kind of person you always wanted to be around. I hired that kind of person, whether they had dental experience or not. And I'd say 9 times out of 10, it worked out really, really well. Nothing's 100%.
I remember you hired that bank teller one time. I went into your office. She asked me to see my passbook. Don't you think bank tellers are kind of notoriously underpaid or not paid all that well?
Absolutely.
Not the management in the bank, but the
the
frontline
teller.
bank teller.
Yes. And the good thing is they're already, so for the front desk, they're well-versed in handling money. They know about that kind of stuff. They work out
Interact
pretty
with
well.
the public all day long.
Absolutely. That worked out really well too.
It's kind of a dying industry, isn't it, the bank teller? It seems like it's more and more automated.
Even when you go into the bank now, they have like you can't really see a human being. You go to the automatic, at least I go to Bank of America, and I don't go there often for anything, but you go in there and they won't even let you see a teller. They try to steer you to the.
They've got like that line where you wait in line and then you talk to a robot.
Exactly.
It's unbelievable.
Exactly.
I go
right.
to M&T Bank and I think they kind of pride themselves on being old fashioned in customer service. And it's always, I usually go to the ATM to make deposits even. Although I hardly even make deposits anymore. I do it on my phone.
Dude, nobody pays in check, but the people that do, you just take a picture on your phone and
I got a
bam, it's
check where
deposited.
it wasn't even computer printed. It was scribbled so badly. The ATM couldn't even read the thing. My phone couldn't read the thing. I had to go take it to
That's
a teller.
impossible. Well, I sure hope that person doesn't send me a check. That's
I
ridiculous.
have a feeling they're going to. But let's get back to Dr. Russell's question for a second, too, because Dave, I know that you did that. You told me about that when we both had our practices, and it was a great technique. And then I did something, and I think I told you about it, too, and you liked it, and that was to look through your patient population and think of somebody who you think will be a good dental assistant. And just like you said, if there's somebody that's a waitress or a bank teller, they're in the service industry, you pretty much know if they're really personable. When you think about your patient population, you know who is responsible, who shows up on time, pays their bills, takes care of their teeth, well-groomed, well-dressed, friendly. You know all that stuff about your patients. There's some patients who you'd say, well, of course, we love providing them with good dental treatment, but we wouldn't have them work here
Exactly
no matter
right,
what,
yeah.
if they were the last person on earth. And there are others where you say, wow, that person would really fit in here. So think about your patient population. Think, is there somebody who maybe just graduated high school or college, somebody is between jobs, and say to them, hey, have you ever thought of working in a dental practice? If so, why don't you come in here, spend a few days, hang around, sit at the front desk, come back in the treatment rooms and, kind of shadow and see what's going on and see if maybe this is for you. We found 2 incredible team members that way. One actually went on to become a hygienist that she
Wow.
enjoyed it so much.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think both of the answers we gave kind of centered on not looking for someone that is already a dental assistant.
Mm-hmm. And be creative. I mean, these days, almost every single community has a Facebook group that centers around the community, and people are on there. I know there's one here in Reisterstown, Rich, that has 6,000 or 7,000 members, and they're always on there, like talking about a new restaurant that opened up or complaining about something in the community.
I think in the Reisterstown group is typically complaining.
They're complaining.
I'm glad I don't live in Reisterstown.
They're complainers.
I wouldn't be in that group if they begged me.
You wouldn't be a member of that group if they. What was?
I wouldn't be a member of any group that will accept me
That's
as a
right.
member.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
But I don't live in Reisterstown, so they wouldn't.
But all kidding aside, there are a lot of people that are online reading, members of these community Facebook groups, and it would take one post in one of these Facebook groups. Hey, I've got a dental, and not only that, it kind of gives a subtle endorsement or advertisement about your dental office. More people will know about it. But hey, I've got it. I'm looking for some assistance. I'm looking for a dental assistant. I'm looking for somebody that can help me at my front desk. Is anybody in the community, or does anybody in the community know of somebody that's looking for a great long-term position?
And that brings up another question. Is there anybody in the Reisterstown Facebook page who is a dentist or a dentist or a dental team member that gives dental tips and is there kind of as the go-to dental answering question person?
Well, it's a great question. And admittedly, I'm not in that group. I'm not really.
I know there's a
looking at that group.
chiropractic assistant in that group.
Yeah, there is. It definitely is. But I'm not really in that group or monitoring that group very often. But from what I've seen, though, so here's what will happen. Typically, somebody will just come on and say, I'm looking for a dentist. Can anybody give their recommendations? And like 1 million people come on and say like why their dentist is the best. So
that's good.
It's good. But I will tell you, and our friend Dr. Joanne Reef, even though she's like one town away from Reisterstown, she's kind of right on the border. She's oftentimes in there saying she tells a little bit about her practice. But I think your idea is really good about not just doing it when people ask the question, but being proactive and kind of going in and giving like little dental tips and things like, when school starts, things you can do for dental exams. It's just things like that. Being more proactive. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, I remember we were lecturing, I think it was in Colorado, maybe last year, and we were talking about marketing and referrals and the like. And a woman raised her hand and said, I'm a member of this group. It was one of those hoity-toity ski resort towns. It might have been Aspen. So it said, I'm in a Facebook group called Aspen Moms. And, it's a bunch of moms in the area. We all share advice. We ask questions. And she said, constantly, people are asking dental questions. And she always answers the questions. And she doesn't come on too strong, but she just says, hey, I happen to be a dental assistant in a fantastic practice. If you want to come on by, we'd be glad to take a look. But she also is very free giving advice and doesn't act like she expects anything in return. But she's kind of become the dental authority on that moms group, which a moms group, boy, you couldn't do better than that, could you?
Great.
And says they've gotten tons of patients that way.
I'm quite sure that if there was, I'll tell you something, it's funny, because if there was somebody in this Reisterstown group here who was like kind of like the dentist of the group, who always came on and answered questions, that person I think would have like a huge advantage.
Are there
Be-
any good dentists in Reisterstown?
There are no good dentists in Rice.
I know there's several in Owings Mills, which most of you aren't local. That's the next town up the road. But
I think there've got to be very good dentists in Reisterstown. There have to be. But it's funny that it seems like nobody's really come to the forefront of like taking that stance or position to be like the Reisterstown Facebook group dentist.
Do you have any idea how many people are in that group?
I think it's about 7,000, around
No
7,000.
kidding.
No, seriously.
7,000 people
Yes.
and no one has stepped up to be the dental expert?
Now, again, admittedly, I'm not on there a lot. I think the closest I've seen has been Dr. Joanne Reef. And
Wow.
she's in Owings Mills, which is not far. But
So this, if you're listening, which obviously if you hear my voice, you're listening because you couldn't.
are you
not
live
be
right now
listening.
or is this recorded?
I'm not sure. Dr. Davids is recorded. But go on a Facebook group in your community. Obviously, if you go in a national group, like, people who love bird watching, but it's a national group, that's not going to help you. So make sure it's a local group.
Every community has one.
For so many things. They
community.
probably got a mom's group. They probably have a whatever group that just focused on the community itself. All
Right.
kinds of things, depending on the size of the town. And become the local dental expert. And don't go for the sale. Just give advice, but let it be
Exactly.
known that you know this because you are a dental assistant in Dr. Jones's practice.
Yeah.
Or even the dentist can do it. What the heck? It'll be great.
Oh, there's totally nothing wrong.
Yeah.
The dentist doing it is great, I think. But again, like you said, don't be salesy. If you're on there every time and and we're offering, we're offering 50% off first visit cleaning. I mean, it just comes across as really salesy.
And the admin will probably boot your ass right out of there anyway.
It's the old story that people love to do business with people that teach them, help them, are likable, really care, and that's how you get the patients.
And also
like that.
Participate in the group in other things, not just dental things, but when someone asks, what's a good movie you recommend, or is that new deli down the street any good, or anything
That's
that
a
a
really
local
good
community
point.
group would ask,
Yeah.
be a well-known member of the group, and then your dental advice will be 10 times more powerful because you're not just poaching
Yeah.
whenever there's a dental question.
That's a really good point. Good stuff. I think we answered the question.
We answered the question and went
Many
off on a
times over,
tangent that
yeah.
was hopefully valuable to you all. So that is fantastic. Ready to do the call today?
Let's do the call, but I think you got a little.
I was going to say before the call,
quick
I just want
announcement.
quick story for you too. I remember many years ago. I mean, this was like 1995. I think I was sitting in a lecture from the great Dr. Gordon Christensen, who amazingly is still out there doing it, still up on technology, still relevant. He's just not even human, is he? He's so great. He's like the all-powerful Dr. Gordon Christensen. He's amazing. And he was talking about how if you're a general dentist and you're not doing implants, you're missing the boat. Now, this was 1995. And so many dentists weren't placing. Now, these days, when you say everybody says, I restore implants, well, that's great. Of course you do. But you got to be placing the implants as well. So whether or not you're placing implants, there's something that we really would love for you to check out. It's a brand new implant. It's called the Ultra Tooth by a company named Biodent. And the Ultra Tooth actually has an expansion. When you put it in, you turn this little, and I'm just going to explain it in really simple terms, but you can go to the website and check it out a little further. But you turn this little dial, and the root structure of the implant expands and compacts the bone and makes the implant so strong that it immediately loads, and the patient can leave the office and go bite an apple on their implanted tooth the very first day. There's nothing else out there like it. It's really incredible. So whether you're placing implants already or you want to get more into implants, definitely check out the Ultra Tooth implant. The company's name is Biodent, and their website is www.biodentinc, which is, incorporated.com. So it's BIODENTINC.com. Check them out. Tell them the Matto Brothers sent you. Not sure if they'll care or not, but you never know. Maybe they'll give you a better deal. But anyway, really, really cool, up-to-date implant technology. Definitely give it a look.
You want to do a call?
Let's do one.
Hi, thank you for calling Dental. At this moment, we cannot answer the phone. Please leave your name, number, and message, and we'll return your call as soon as possible. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911 or go to your nearest hospital. Our hours are Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 9:30 to 5, Tuesday, 1:30 to 7, and Friday, 9 to 1. Hola, usted ha llamado a la oficina dental de Dr. Salmon. En este momento no podemos contestar.
I had enough of that. What's the story there?
Well, I
Number
just
one,
wanna
they
say-
say they're open now.
I was going to say, we'll do another call too
Yeah.
today, but I just want to say, I have the website of this office open. And when you look at this website, it is the greatest, most high-tech, unbelievable office. They do all kinds of procedures. The dentist hosts a radio show every month. They've got a brand new, beautiful office. They paid a fortune for this website and for SEO because it came up first when I did this. They have the hours on here. All these things.
Says they're open. And
They've spent thousands, hundreds of thousands maybe on doing the right thing to get people to come to their office, and then you call.
And that recording is bullshit. I mean,
Unbelievable.
If there's an emergency, call 911. Yeah, right. That's great. Oh, my God.
Unbelievable. So, again, we won't make that the call of the day, but just a lesson. No matter how much you do or spend on marketing and radio shows and equipment and procedures, if no one answers the phone,
ridiculous.
done. You're
BS.
done. You're done. F minus.
Let's do a call.
Okay.
Another one because that sucked.
Yep.
Dental, this is Connie. How may I help you?
Hi, Connie. Yes, I wanted to. Are you accepting new patients at all?
Absolutely. And how did you hear about our office?
Well, the funny thing is, I just Googled you. I'm sorry. I'm in a really weird situation here. I'm actually in an Uber. I'm taking a ride in Uber right now, and it's not for me, but my driver is like telling me he needs a dentist. He's got some pain. And I'm just wondering whether wait 1 second. What? He said he's. I think that we might be on speakerphone too. He's afraid of the dentist as well. So I'm trying to give him some words of encouragement to get him into the office. And what could I say to him? You got pain on the lower right.
Lower right molar.
You got pain on the lower right molar. He says. Like, what should I tell him to do? Oh, of course, all molars are back molars. What's your name, Mo? The driver's. Yeah. And it's the weird thing is it's a shared lift. I got there's another passenger in here too. What is your name again? Sherry. So it's a whole weird situation, but he needs a dentist and he's like afraid to go.
Yes, absolutely. I can understand that. Would he be available tomorrow or Friday?
Mo, what's your availability tomorrow or Friday?
I told him to hurt me.
What, you're not going to hurt him, are you? He's really worried about like pain and hurting. I think he's had some bad experiences at the dentist in the past.
Yeah. No, we definitely would not try to hurt him by all means. But we would definitely like to see him if he would be available tomorrow morning, if that would be good for him.
Mo, are you driving tomorrow morning? Or are you available?
I'm driving. I'm available.
Oh, you're okay. Do you want to call the office then when you get a chance? Mo, Sherry, wait, did you miss Sherry's? Mo, you missed Sherry's stop, I think, because she's looking a little impatient.
Would you? Yeah.
Sherry, hang on. Sherry, we'll get back to your stop, but this is more important.
Who's Sherry?
Sherry's she's your passenger. The shared. You didn't ask her name. Her name's Sherry.
Sherry.
She's the shared.
Share.
Yeah, yes. So I'm sorry. What were you going to ask him?
Yes. Would he be available early or late tomorrow?
Is
early in the morning or
is early
later
or
in the
late
morning?
tomorrow better?
Early.
Early is better.
5 a.m.
They're not open at 5.
Okay.
Mo, they're not open at 5 a.m. I'm sure. Come on.
Early.
When do you start driving
No.
tomorrow, Mo?
Whenever I want.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Would you prefer a 9 or a 10?
Do you want 9 or 10 tomorrow
I
morning?
like 2 good choices. I like that. 9.
He's impressed. He said he's impressed with your 2 good choices.
Okay.
He must
Would
be like
9 works better for him?
Mo, would 9 be better? Mo, do you want to just call when you finish the ride? Drop Sherry. You missed her stop totally.
Okay.
You drop her off. Drop me off. Then you'll call the office. Do you want to do that?
Okay.
Okay.
I've got his name is Mo.
Mo. His name is Mo.
So
I don't
if
know his
Mo would
last
like-
name at all.
Yeah. So what he could do is he could come in tomorrow morning at 9, and
great.
we would love to see him. And that way we can see what we can do to get him out of pain.
That's great.
So-
I think he would really appreciate. Sherry, stay calm for 1 second. Okay. I hope I'm not being charged for
And
this
the
whole
best
long
contact number, what's Mo's last name?
ride. Mo, what's your
Since
last
he's your
name?
Uber
I don't know.
driver.
Howard.
Howard.
Mo Howard.
Okay.
Yes.
And let me have the best contact number for Mo.
Mo, what's your best contact information? No, she can't just go on Uber and find you there. What's your best phone number?
Okay. And he's aware of our location, 301 East Buena
He said
Vista.
he totally
We're right
knows
across the street from the library.
Near the high school.
Near the high school? He keeps saying near
Near
the
the
high
high school.
Yeah, okay.
Right. And we're just right across the street from the library. So I look forward to meeting Mo on tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
Thank you. I got to tell you, this has been the craziest Uber ride I've ever had in my life. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. And I look forward to seeing Mo.
Thank you.
Okay,
so
we'll
much.
see you then tomorrow.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
I feel kind of bad.
Well, we'll have someone in our office call to
Yeah.
cancel.
So somebody that is say I'm calling from Mo, I'm canceling my appointment.
But let's get back to her for a second.
She was a doll.
Excellent.
I want her. I tell you something. I want her working in my office.
She was. You could tell from the second she answered the phone, she just exuded confidence and friendliness. I mean, those are two of the best traits ever, right?
Yeah.
And and then two good choices.
And two good choices. And she kind of rolled with the whole thing. She thought, on one hand, she thought maybe this is a joke. I'm not sure, but she was totally professional. She chuckled a few times, but she totally got him in for the appointment.
I'm giving her an A.
Let me tell you something. This is the first call in the Dental Practice Fixers that actually an appointment was made.
Unbelievable.
She gets an A.
She was fantastic.
Totally.
I think we should maybe call back and reward her. Tell her it was a secret shopper call for a podcast and she got an A.
Should we do that?
Maybe we should do it live. I think that is a great way to end episode 3, season 2 of the Dental Practice Fixers podcast. Maybe next time we'll call from a lift. What do you think?
Sounds like a good idea, but I'll tell you something. If you have an idea for a call that we can do on the Dental Practice Fixers, shoot us a message. We're up for anything this season. Anything goes. Well, almost anything.
Anything goes and will.
See you next time.
Bye.